In previous lessons, we visualized blockchains as a chronological chain of transaction history. Computers record transactions in a block of information that is then attached to the growing chain of blocks, hence the name blockchain. But why is it so significant about Bitcoin's use of blockchain when banks and conventional money have been using digital records for decades? In a database, like a bank, PayPal, or your government might use, information is usually privately viewed and stored into tables that simply grow over time. A central authority then determines when a new table is made and keeps old tables. Modern companies use disk drives or cloud storage. Some banks even still use a magnetic tape to store old information. Old information is typically locked away and can only be accessed by the central figure that created it. This is why you can't often access very old financial information from your bank and would need special assistance to recover information from decades ago. In most countries, there is also something called the statute of limitations. Banks and companies aren't required to store information longer than a certain number of years. 7 years is a typical duration. In blockchain, however, information is shared and grouped into blocks that, once filled, are closed and linked to the previously filled block. All new information that follows that newly added block is compiled into a new block that will then also be added to the chain once filled. In this way, the entire chain of information is preserved, down to the very first transaction to ever occur on the blockchain. Moreover, all of these records are publicly accessible at any time. Another difference is that with conventional data structures, information can be changed at any time by a person who has access. This happens more frequently than you might think, which is why financial records of banks, companies, and even governments must always be audited by a trusted third party to ensure no information has been tampered with. But in a blockchain, once a block has been added, it is impossible to change the information contained in it. Blockchain's information structure thus creates an irreversible timeline of data that is set in stone. This guarantees the correctness of the information in it, generating trust without the need for a third party.